Oh yeah, mother truckers, how are we doing today? A couple people in the chat, actually just one in particular, getting upset because I'm a little late. So what? It's Friday. I'm allowed to be fashionably late right now. Rocking the shades again today. Might as well. Might as well. Um, and my cool little fucking ensemble, my ensemble. Oh man, what a Friday! What a Friday! Oh yeah, oh yeah. How we all doing out there? How's your Friday? What's going on? Give me some thumbs up. Um, hang on one second. Oh yeah, just lining up some Friday funk, baby boys. Oh man, jeez Louise, I'm back on it. I'm back on the saddle as far as that's concerned. Yo, hey, let's make sure we get them likes up. Exactly what Offie Kingdom just said. By the way, Offie, thanks for being up in here. Yo, hey, hit me up on the side, Offie. Let's do a podcast together. I come up here. I come up on here every single time at this hour at 4:30 every day. This month is every day, but after that, it's gonna go down to 5 days a week. Um, but hit me up, dude. Let's fucking let's do a little collab. Let's chat a wee bit. Um, let me fucking finish this stuff. Geez, and I'm gonna be keep on doing that. I apologize. Oh man, I got some stories for you guys today. Jared, what's up, my dude? I got a story that you're probably gonna like too. I ran some game today at the gym, even though I know I'm not supposed to, but this girl just fucking, oh man, I'm hungry. Daddy's hungry right now. He's got to eat. That's why, unfortunately, guys, I've been working on this one chica for a little while, and she's finally come around. So let's see what's up. Anyway, yeah, dude, absolutely. God, if you guys aren't following Offie, make sure you're hitting up Offie. Offie, go ahead, throw your YouTube auto subscribe up in the chat too, so these clowns make sure that they follow you as well. Got to do a little tit for tat, a little quid pro quo, if you know what I'm saying. Not getting impeached though, baby. Happy Friday. I'm not beating my meat, but I am eating some red meat right now. Good old grass-fed steak. Hell yeah. Before I came on the air, I got another chuck roast. I got another chuck from Sprouts. Good old chuck meat. Not too terrible. Not too terrible. Exactly, dude. I'm excited too, to be honest with you. Let's hope it works out. I'll tell you the story though. I had to plant some seeds though. That's how I got to do business there. You just said something on WhatsApp that might interest me. All right, let me take a look. Let's see. I don't see anything on WarTribe, dude. I don't see anything there, bro. You're high. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, shit. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, all you got to do is just click that little link right there. Just click on his thing. That's how to pull up. Chuck is great slow cooked. I just cook it like a steak in the air fryer right now, man. I don't care. I got to be honest with you guys too. For real. For real. Your wallet may not like it. I don't see it. I don't know what's going on. I didn't get any notification for it. I don't see it in the chat whatsoever. Maybe I got to close out WhatsApp, and I've been fudging around on there a little bit anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't see it, bro. Sorry. Anyway, I just speaking of WhatsApp and speaking of talking to people and all that other good stuff, I got something for you that I want to talk to you guys about right this instant. Yeah, dude, it's not pulling up. I don't see it. I don't see it, Philip. Um, Booyah. That's it. Cool. Fudge. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good stuff at the gym today. You mentioned that the air fryer a couple times. Where did you get yours? I got mine at Best Buy for 150 bucks. You got to get the air fryer. I think funny that we're talking about it. I think it might be a Philips. Let's pull this puppy up. You got to get the one with the racks though. I'm going to type this in here. Air fryer with the racks. Oh yeah. Magic Chef at Home Depot. Is that the one? Or was that the first one? Me no now. Magic Chef seems all right. I don't like you. Why'd you do that? Chef Man. That's the name of it, I believe. Yep, this is the exact one I got. Even though it looks like I just said one from Home Depot that had 3 racks in it. That might be bigger. What's the quart size on this one? Oh, 6-liter capacity. The other one was 10.5 quarts, I think, from Home Depot. Damn, this one's $119 now from Best Buy. Holy shit, it's gone down in price. You're not gonna go wrong with an air fryer, trust me. This Magic Chef one, 10.5. I don't know if that's the same size or not. Huh. They look about the same size. I don't know. I don't know liters and quarts that well. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Here, let me pull this up so you can see what I'm talking about though, eh? Hey yo. Chromie Tabby. All right, guys. This is what I'm talking about here. This is the air fryer that I own. I highly, highly, highly recommend it for that price point though of $119. Oh my gosh. That's for real amazing. You need to get one of these things. I cook my steak in it. I cook my steak in it. I cook sausage in it. I cook bacon in it. You could do fucking cookies and bake in this if you want to. Yeah, Instant Pots are pretty cool too. I have one. I use that for sweet potatoes and a few other things. Like I do sous vide and stuff like that, or sous vide, in that, and then I finish it off in my air fryer, or I'll finish it off. What's it called? Or I'll finish it up on a cast iron, which is cool. But I have to use a hot plate for my cast iron. That's the only thing that'll get it hot enough. How's it going, everyone? How are you doing today, buddy? Are you part of WarTribe? You part of WarTribe, buddy? You need to be. This is so funny. Oh my god, these Democrats are so retarded. Oh my god, my eyes just lost their air fryer virginity. It looks like a bread maker, sort of. It's not. It's an air fryer. It's amazing. You can set it and forget it, kind of deal. The reason I got this, as a matter of fact, the first thing I cooked in mine was salmon. Even though I don't really like cooked salmon anymore, but I cooked my salmon in there for like 7 minutes, and it came out with it was cooked perfectly in 7 minutes with a crispy exterior. Fucking so worth it. This also comes with like a rotisserie too, and it comes with a basket that you could put things like sweet potato fries in, and it rotates the sweet potato fries, and they come out. Oh, cool, James. I'm sorry. That's what I thought, but whatever. Oh man, that's good. Good for you. Good on you. Yes, you should grab one this weekend. It's absolutely imperative that you do. Um, Still texting. Sorry, guys. And I'm so what's going on with this whole thing, Phil? I have no clue why that's behaving the way it's behaving. You'd figure maybe it's because I did some stuff on the app or something like that. Send it again. And then I'll, maybe talk about it if it's airworthy approval. Alrighty. So, first things first that I want to talk about today, guys, is this. I do want to have a conversation because I just got an email. I got a message I got a few messages, and I just want to clarify a few things when it comes to my upcoming book, because a lot of people don't seem to understand where I'm coming from with this. Okay. I'm tempted to just have a taste of food made with it. Yeah, it's fucking so good. You definitely need to get one. I personally like the air fryer way better than my Instant Pot. Way more. I don't think we got banned. Let me type something in there to see what's going on. It's fucking weird, dude. Everything's looking kosher. Maybe just posted in the wrong forum, bro. Yeah, see, someone's typing. You're typing. I can see it. Weird. Maybe it's because I did some admin stuff and I wasn't able to do whatever. Anyway, long story short, let's talk about my book real quick because I got an email, and there needs to be a little bit of clarity around the book, just to be for reals with you guys. All right, so first and foremost, if we aren't aware, if we've been hiding under a fucking rock for the last week or so, last week, this is my book. Now, obviously, oh, Facebook? Weird. Whatever. Anyway, I don't care. Yeah, you got your hello. Good stuff. All right, we're cooking with gas here. I don't know what the hell's going on with you, Philip. You're cuckoo man. It is. Trust me, you're gonna love it. All right, so the book, guys. Now, the title obviously can insult and insinuate a few different types of people, and insinuate a few different types of things. This is what you guys got to understand about what the book is written towards. And here, you know what? Actually, this is what I'm going to do too. We're going to go over this. So you guys see the book. You see the book title, A Patriarch's Vision, Purging Feminism. In all honesty, guys, the book has not a lot to do with feminism. The book is not meant whatsoever to really target feminism. It's not a means for us to fight feminism. That's not the means for it. As a matter of fact, I rarely talk about feminism in the book as it is. But you guys got to understand, what does purging mean? Well, in my context, when I come from it, because you got to realize and remember, what is my ultimate goal? My goal is to initiate men into manhood, right? And to create a society where manhood is the foundation, right? Masculinity. And tying this all together, creating multi-generational masculine mentorship programs, because at the base of every great society are great men. So you need masculine men that are there. What does the term purging mean in this instance? It doesn't mean to fight. It doesn't mean to kill. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. From a spiritual sense, from what I've gone through as far as my initiations are concerned, in each initiatory process that I've gone through, you are purging something from your own system, whether it be via pooping, whether it be puking, whether it be energetically purging out of your system, whether it be something as far as like neural pathways and stuff being removed, right? That's all that purging means. And what does it mean for me? And what does it mean in this context? Well, the book is meant for you to purge feminism from your own system. This book is written for men in order for them to get the initiatory process started within them. Because we have to understand that men have been indoctrinated into the feminine imperative through and via feminism, via our school systems, the media, the churches, our economic system, our judicial system, even our fucking medical system is all tailored towards the feminine primary fucking indoctrination camp, right? The feminine imperative. Men need that purged from their system in order for them to become the best version of themselves, in order to become proper men. And this is what I want to show you guys too, is this. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. Just a sneaky. Okay? You guys are lucky you're here with me on this Friday. Because here's the book itself. Okay? Let's scroll down a wee bit. Here's the table of contents, everybody. This is the sneak peek that you guys are going to get right now as to what's going on in this book. All right. So obviously the prologue, introduction, understanding society. That's the key thing here. I wrote this book with the intention of, like I talk about constantly, I talk about creating a counterculture, creating a new society. It's not to sit here and try to repair the society that we live in today. I don't care about that. It's fallen apart. It's done. This is Rome 2.0. We're seeing the decay of it. It's just not something that can be fixed. So what do we have to do? We have to create a new society. And first things first, you need to understand society. You need to understand why a society is important. And you need to understand the building blocks of any given society. Then what do we move into? Where have we failed today? This is the biggest issue with our school system as well. Aside from not teaching philosophy, one of the other biggest things that we fail to teach people is how to learn from history. So we have to understand these basic understandings of human nature, of intersexual dynamics, right? Of masculine and feminine. And then from there, we build upon it. So not understanding our species from a biological level. I talk about it all the time. Rule number 1, survive. Rule number 2, procreate. And then I go into a few other things. Failure to teach a true understanding of nature. What is nature, right? What's going on within nature? How do we, I'm not going to give away everything here. You guys obviously got to read it, but you got to understand nature. The rules and laws of nature, we are not above it. We have not evolved past the rules of nature, as we are a being and a species that still lives within the rules of nature. Plain and simple. You can't get away from it. No survival skills. Number 3. The reason why this is important is this. At a base level, everyone needs to understand how to survive. Everyone at an individualistic level, at an individual level, needs to understand how to survive. That way they can either go and restart a new society or civilization, or they can just have that confidence that they know how to survive on their own if worst case scenario were to happen. We have a civilization and a society today that makes it way too easy for people to survive, and people think that other people are meant to serve their survival. No, it's your duty to have that, which goes next into not teaching self-defense. I have a few cases and points in there that are necessary to understand. And a lot of this stuff comes into freedom too, guys. And I talk a lot about freedom and liberty and stuff like that in here, and your own personal sovereignty, which is necessary. We need to have these conversations. Oh no, I hate you. Oh my God, I blew my load this year or this month so far on fragrances. Stupid. Like, I'm actually mad at myself a little bit for my purchases, but no big deal. Not teaching self-defense. Number 5, lack of initiation into manhood and masculine mentorship. Number 6, not teaching philosophy. Number 7, failure to foster the positive feminine. Number 8, failure to understand spirituality. And then number 9, failure to understand the sexual marketplace. And they all build upon one another. It's crazy how I've tailored this whole thing. And obviously I go into the epilogue. This was supposed to be, I was supposed to have part 1 and part 2 in this book. Obviously, as you guys can see, it's a 270-page book as it is right now. It's thick AF. you guys aren't going to want to read a 600-page book because that's what it's going to turn into if I continue to do that. So that's why part 2 is going to be published at a later date. So I wanted you guys to understand the book. I wanted you to understand where I'm coming from, how it was created, and the thought process needed for the creation, or what's going on around that. What? I'm feeling another flake. God damn, this chick is crazy. Yep, that's exactly it. Guys, all I'm talking about here in this book is just truth. It's truth that our society needs to hear. It's truth that men need to hear. And it just promotes masculinity. And not just that, it actually promotes femininity as well. It promotes having the polarities and having men within the role of masculinity and females within the role of femininity. And it's just, I mean, how can I break this down? This is sociological. This is evolutionary psychology. This is biology, spiritual. Like, it hits all the wickets, man. This is really, really fucking, this is a different type of book. I don't know how to explain it. So that's why I have to explain it to you guys right now. So there's that. That's what's going on with this whole thing. Do not be intimidated to purchase this as though it's like you're buying like some kind of manifesto to go and do whatever, right? It's a book. I don't think it's just for men, but it's targeted to men. It's targeted to help men become more masculine and how to create a society based off of that. Plain and simple. Excellent. Well, I'm glad we had that conversation. I feel like a tremendous weight is lifted off my chest, and I gave you guys a nice little surprise. Mind you that when I send out the free chapter next week, by the way, if you guys are not on the mailing list yet, guess what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to put it in the chat for you to be a part of the mailing list so that you could get a free chapter. Also note this, there's a few other things that I'm going to be doing for those that are on the mailing list as well. You're going to get a few different incentives and a few other things to help kind of support the fact that you support me, because I'm very appreciative of the 20 people we have in the chat right now viewing live. Please do make sure we're hitting that like button, everybody. Hit that like, hit that like, hit that like. Also, let's talk about some things. I broke a rule today, kind of, sort of. Ooh, I got a funny story for you too. Let me tell that one real quick. So last night I was talking to this one lady on one of the apps. I believe, was it Tinder or Bumble? I can't recall. She was all right, 30 years old. She got a little bit of a midsection. She was a dentist or something, or worked in a dental office, and that's all she was passionate about. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Okay. She's cute girl. Well, I shouldn't call her girl. She was a woman, and she was probably a good 6.5. Doable is all I got to say. So we're having a conversation back and forth. She's responding to everything really quickly, but that's also making it so that she's only giving like 2, 3, 4 word responses. Sometimes she'd respond back after doing that and just kind of like throw something out there. But then she responds to one of my questions and she says something along the lines of like, I really like the fact that you have a motorcycle, and I used to have a friend that had a motorcycle, and he would take me for rides all the time. And it was so exhilarating, like an adrenaline rush. Would you take me out on your bike? I miss it. And I don't own a motorcycle. I shouldn't say I don't own a motorcycle any longer. And I don't have any photos of myself on a motorcycle in my profile. And I was like, what's going on here? Obviously, she's talking to some other guy, and she confused me for him. She messed up the conversation. And wouldn't you know it, instead of owning up to it, she just deletes me. Embarrassed. She just deletes me, even though we were having a good conversation ourselves and we were moving in the direction of exchanging numbers and stuff like that. She just deletes me because she's so embarrassed. And it's funny though, too, because her personality with that guy was completely different. She was obviously throwing herself out there at him. So pretty unique. I've not yet had something like that ever. Well, I've not yet had something like that happen to me. So it's funny she'd let one connection go just because of how embarrassed she is, but that's women. She stepped on her own toes there. That's fine with me. So today I'm at the gym. And there's I mean, there's a couple hotties, but there's this one girl there that's definitely like more my style. Like definitely, in my opinion, probably the hottest one out of all of them, just based off of a few different characteristics and so forth. And I'm hitting legs and I'm hitting back today. And what's up, Chance? How we doing today, buddy? Huh? Yeah, bud? Good man. Good man. So I'm hitting legs, hitting some squats today, hitting some booty busters, doing some good girl, bad girl type of stuff too, hitting the adductors, hitting different types of my glutes and hamstrings. So my legs are fucking pumping. And then I start hitting back. And as I'm hitting back, I could see she's like looking at me and walking around me and kind of doing her own little like prowess thing kind of thing. Like I saw her like walk around and towards me and then walk all the way around the gym and then walk to a machine that was literally like 3 machines or 3 rows in front of me. So I was like, that's kind of odd, whatever. But we were both kind of like giving each other eyes and stuff and then avoiding each other, doing that dance, right? She's a total babe. Nobody else will talk to her because she's a babe. And I'm like, fuck, man. I'm sitting there because, and this is the conversation that we got to have today, guys, is this. She was given all the signals, but I have this rule about going and approaching girls at the gym, especially because most of them are just so uptight. They got resting bitch face. Like they're not feminine. That's really what it comes down to. They're not feminine. They're not open. Like for a woman, her duty is this. Like if she sees a man that fits her standards and she wants to be approached by, like she needs to lower her guard and give an indicator of interest. Like that's her duty. This is how flirtation works. This is how the push-pull dynamic works. You got to give a man a signal. Like that's the thing. You have to, right? And then as a man, once she gives you that signal, it is your fucking duty. It is your imperative. It is your masculine fucking dignity, right? It is like your purpose in life at that moment to seize on that opportunity, right? That's what masculine men do. So anyway, I'm seeing all this stuff kind of go on today, but it's not like you can just run up to her and be like, hey, I just noticed you fucking gave me an IOI. How you doing? Name's Chester. Look at these white teeth, right? It's like, especially in the gym, because a lot of these people, and the thing you got to understand, the reason why most women don't talk to men or show any signs in the gym is because if she's seen talking to one guy and being nice and open, that means that to other men, they're going to seize on that. They're going to seize on her like a fucking wounded fish, right? You'll be like, oh, that fin's fucking fucked up. She's weak. Let's go for the kill. So I get women why they need to do that. So then the same thing is, in the same token, as a man, you kind of got to understand that too. So it actually all ended up working out pretty well. I was doing some lat rows, some seated lat rows, and back's looking fucking pretty epic and all that good stuff. And I see her in front of me. She's doing some back stuff too, on some cables or whatever. And I get up and I finish up and I actually start walking towards her direction. And she ends up turning around and walking towards me. And we both meet at the assisted pull-up machine. And she like looks at me and I look at her and she like quickly pulls her headphones out and like she smiles and looks at me. And she's like, oh, hey, I'm only going to be using this for a little bit. You can kind of work in if you want to or whatever. I was like, yeah, no worries. And she hops up there and I just start having a conversation with her. And she's like super, super receptive. She's like making eye contact. Like she pulled her headphones out completely. It wasn't just like hey, I'm using this for a second or whatever. You can work in, headphones back in. Like she just starts talking to me. And I was like, fuck, this is cool. Like I didn't expect her to be that way. And I could tell from her voice that she's kind of like, she's actually a little bit nervous too. It's kind of like a nervous, like she's kind of nervously like having like trying to come up with conversation. I was like, fuck, that's cool. So I'm playing with it and I'm asking her a few questions and all that stuff. And then she quickly like blurts out, she's like, hey, what's your name? I was like, oh, my name's Corey. What's yours? Obviously. And just for the sake of things, I won't share her name, but we're talking and I'm like, hey, what are your goals? Like, what are you trying to do? She's like, oh, I'm trying to get strong. I'm like, what? Like strong? Why? She's like, I don't know. I just want to get strong. And she's like, have a good set. And I was like, all right, I'll be done. You know, obviously I'll work in. My sets aren't going to be too long. She's like, okay, I'll be back over. And she goes back to her machine and keeps working out. And then she doesn't come back. But she's like she keeps on looking over at me. And like she finishes up real quick. And then she like looks at me and kind of like waves by. And I was like, are you going to work in? She's like, no. And then she like walks out and leaves. I was like, dang. So the reason why I'm telling you guys this story is this, like I could tell from all of her energy and everything that she was doing that she was actually really intimidated by me. And it was insanely refreshing to see, because she's, I mean, fucking total babe, absolute babe. Like any guy in the gym, like you see other guys in the gym, like staring at her and all this other stuff. The cool part about her too, though, is this, and I'm not going to try to fluff her up. It's not like this is like a one-itis case. It was just a good exchange and a good interaction and good. I mean, obviously there's good chemistry there too. So game plan is obviously to re-engage at a later time when I can, playing it cool. But she's for as hot as she is, she's not the type of girl that you would like. She doesn't come in there wearing the bright pink fucking tops. I mean, huge fake tits though, but she doesn't wear like the bright pink tops or anything that's like trying to draw attention to herself, even though like how can I explain it? She does things in like a covert kind of way, which I can respect. Like she wears like nice clothing, but it's not like, hey, look at me. She doesn't have big fat fake eyelashes. She's not wearing any makeup, as a matter of fact. She has no tattoos. I was like, dang, this girl is like completely different. She's actually there to like work out and get in shape. So that's something kind of cool, especially for how hot she is. Anyway, yeah. So next time game plan is to go up and have a chat and go for the close. Yeah, she keeps it muted. And that's something that that's something that I respect. That's something that I absolutely respect. You know, from the sense of understanding things. Now, it's not to say that I sense a lot of darkness in her though, or a bit of darkness as well. There's something not kosher, right? And that's something that would have to be addressed for sure. That I'd have to be aware of and be wary of, but who knows? Not until I really get to know someone do I determine the length of the relationship kind of deal. So, yeah, good signaling, somewhat played down. That's a strong girl game right there for sure. Yeah. And she was pleasant. She was far more pleasant. And she was like super pleasant interaction with me. She lifted up her voice, a lot of inflection in her voice when she was speaking with me. You could tell that she was interested, truly interested. And she was actually kind of taken back that we actually had the conversation, which I thought was cool. Fucking love it. Absolutely love it. So that was good stuff. Now, there's a conversation that I was having with a few other gentlemen in another community earlier today, and I kind of went hard in the paint. Don't be. She was 22, by the way, Jose. So, like I said, 18 to 47. 18 to 47 is my what's it called? Those are my parameters. If you're hot and you're 47, I'll give it to you. But you can't come up in here acting like you're fucking grade A fucking prime cut. You know what I'm saying? Like your choice, baby. You know what I'm saying? You're on sale. You better recognize, you better fucking put forth the fact that you recognize you're fucking on sale. You know, you got to sell it to me. Fucking buy one, get one or something. I don't know, but you got to sell it to me. I'm not about to fucking be putting in work, paying top dollar for fucking choice meat. You know what I'm saying? Here in San Diego, you can get away with 47. I'm telling you. But yeah, you're absolutely right. 42. I've met a couple girls around here lately that have been 45, and they're not bad. They're not terrible. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, like you said, man, you got to go and you got to get bottom of the barrel. No big deal. Get out of here. Cool. Anyway. So I was talking to some gentlemen earlier today, and that's really what it comes down to. Gentlemen, when you're presented with an opportunity, you have to seize it, right? You cannot, and I think maybe that's a little bit of what's been going on with me lately too. I've been so focused on the book and doing all sorts of stuff. In my mind, like I put myself in a pseudo monk mode. Like I said, I'm not really, man, I have not been in the mood to go out on dates lately whatsoever. Most of the stuff that's been going on has been text to sex. If that doesn't work out, no worries. I got a couple girls that I could just call up and they'll come over, right? But then again, too, my flavor profile for some of those ones, excuse me, have just been like, yeah, whatever, right? Like I've also been wanting to hunt. Like I want new in order to feel a little bit more satiated. So it's been like a weird situation. But no matter what situation I put myself in, if an opportunity where I'm attracted to a woman presents itself and she gives me IOI, right? You better damn well believe. And even if she doesn't give me IOI, like if I'm in Sprouts, like I was telling you guys a story a couple weeks ago, I pulled up, got out of the car, and this girl is walking right in front of me. She's in fucking yoga pants and whatnot, and she's got a good shape and all this other stuff. Cute little athletic butt. And I was like, oh yeah, got to go for this. Figure out a way. Like in my mind, that's automatically what I start doing. All right, figure out a way to create a connection. Figure out a way to create some kind of conversation. How can I get in there, you know? And that's what you got to do. You got to become a fucking magician. Create the illusion. And make it happen, because what's the end state of what you're trying to do? Well, my end state is this. I'm trying to go for the fucking kill. Hey, listen, I'm really liking this connection. What's your number? Hey, listen, I really think you're cute. Let's not forgo this awesome opportunity. Let's meet up. When are you free? What's your number? Right? Like you guys got to have this kind of you got to have this closing mentality. You have to. Not just that closing mentality, but you also have to have that lingo like I just provided you with, right? You got to understand the opening, and then understand the close. And then everything in the middle is just moot, right? It doesn't matter, right? It's a dance at that point in time. You are just going to be dancing and you're going to be going with what she's giving you. And then you're just going to, right, go for that close. Know that point. 2 minute conversation maximum. 2 minute conversation, right? It's like with that girl at the gym today. I'm not going to sit there and pick apart her entire fucking bio, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, hey, yeah, oh, that's cool. You go to school around here, or you went to school around here. You grew up around here. That's great. How many sisters do you have? Are your mom and dad still fucking? No, that's what. And even on the date, I don't really give a fuck about that. Date is about seduction. I can find out all that information later on. Like, I don't care, right? Everything is about seduction, but you got to get to that point. So how do we get to that point? Well, you got to have your opening and you got to have your close, right? So how do you have an opening? What's your opening? You got to think of that stuff right off the bat, guys. What's my opening with this one? Right? So my opening for this girl today was this. Like she hopped up on the pull-up thing. She stepped on the little thing there and she had boom, fucking white Air Force Ones on. And I own Air Force Ones at the same time. I'm like, dang, girl, like How do you keep your Air Force One so white? That's the whole reason why I've never bought white Air Force Ones. I can't keep anything white worth of shit. And she's like, oh my God, these aren't even that white. They're so gross. They're so beat up right now. I was like, no, you're doing a good job. What do you do? And she's like, oh, I do act like whatever. She's like, why, you like Air Force Ones? I was like, hell yeah. I love Air Force Ones. I own this crazy color Air Force Ones. I bet you could never guess what kind of color it is. She's like, tell me, what is it? I was like, oh man, Timberland boots? It's like this kind of like weird mustard yellow that's just fucking super cool looking. She's like, no way. That's really cool. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, I love Air Force Ones. As a matter of fact, I'm about to get some high tops and wheat. She's like, oh my God, that'd be so cool. I was like, yeah, they're dope. Like, I can't fucking wait to get them. She's like, that's awesome. I was like, yeah, I know. Absolutely. So, hey, tell me. I always wanted to know. And actually, sorry, that's when she's like, hey, what's your name? Just like straight up blurted out. She's like, what's your name? Like all interested. I was like, oh, my name's Corey. What's yours? She's like, oh, X. It's like, dang. I was going to say a typical corny thing like, oh, you look like that or you don't look like that. But instead I was like, hey, tell me, what are your goals? Right. So that's another one of my big time that I use at the gym. Or if I see a girl that's in shape, if I see a girl that's in shape or fit, I'm like, dang, you're fit. What are your goals? Are you trying to compete or just look good naked? Right? Like, guys, you gotta, oh man, this is game 101. This is game 101. Like, you gotta understand when you engage with a girl, what questions, right? What attitude, what it's charisma. It's charisma, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, notice how I wasn't robotic. Like, I got involved. I got into it. I changed the emotions of this. And not just that, like, I also told her like how cool things were, right? That's all girls want. They just want permission for things to be like cool or socially accepted. Oh, hey, like, you'll never guess the color. It's so cool. It's such a good color. It's kind of weird, but I'll tell you what, it's really dope. It's like a mustard yellow kind of thing, but it matches with everything. It's fucking awesome. She's like, oh yeah, that's so cool. I know it's cool. I'm fucking cool. Right? That's the correlation. But a lot of you guys, I hate to say this, when you get into a situation with a girl, your nerves are running and you're trying to be cool. Like, don't try to be cool and body cool. Does that make sense? Like imagine, like, who was I talking to? Greg in the group. I told you guys, like, you got to get in the state. You got to like come up with a caricature in your own mind of what cool is. You know what I'm saying? Like James Dean, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr., who's got that kind of like sarcastic fucking, I don't give a fuck kind of whatever, right? That kind of persona. I don't know if it's got to be Frank Sinatra or something like that. Like, embody that, right? Smooth, funny, seductive. Like, embody that type of stuff, man, right? Embody that. And that's how you start it off, right? The other thing that you guys do wrong too is this. Like, you stand erect and you're just like, like, I'm just looking to kind of agree and amplify, or not even amplify, just agree. Yeah, that's right. Like, think about that. Your voice is up here in your throat, right? Suck that shit all the way down in your body and be loose, right? Be loose. Be loose a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then with your conversation, slow it down a little bit. Listen, see how I'm drawing this stuff out? It's like, you're not going to walk up to a girl and be like, hey, you're really cute. What are your goals? Like, that's like friendly / like salesy. It's like, hey, I noticed you're really in shape. You put in a lot of hard work in here. What are your goals? What are you doing here? Like, truly inquisitive. And it's almost like, again, and the thing that I noticed about her is, in a way, and this is why she probably didn't come back, because in her mind, she had to qualify herself to me. She had to. And then, like, it put her in her feminine. That's why she didn't want to come. That's why she didn't want to come right back then and there, right? The conversation meant that she was going to have to, it wasn't just some fucking, get away with like wave top conversation. It was like, it was truly deep and truly inquisitive. Like, she felt that, right? And this is stuff that you guys don't do. Like, slow that puppy down. Take a breath. It's okay. Especially after she answers. A lot of you guys are like, oh my God, there's so much social pressure here. I feel bad for her that she's here talking to me. I got to get this stuff out quick. It's like, no. Right? When she answers, take your time. Rub your beard a little bit. Huh. That's interesting. Why do you want to become stronger? Like, what's going on there? right? Boom. Oh my God. Right? Most guys would be like, oh, strong? Yeah, you want to get strong? That's really cool. I appreciate that. I like strong women. It's like, gah, fucking face palm, face palm, face palm. That shit's fucking terrible. Exactly. Smooth is fast. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Exactly. That's exactly what it is, right? So we got 32 people up in here right now. Let's hope you guys are hitting that like button. Got a few comments in here saying that this is some killer. What's it called? I don't see it right now, but oh, here we go. As game knowledge is being dropped, the viewers are going up. This is why I'm here. Absolutely. Guys are hungry for it. You guys need to learn this stuff. Let's talk more about it though, for sure. So let's move. And that's the biggest thing, guys. Like game, it is your fucking what's it called? It's your duty to run game. I don't care what part of your life you're in right now, right? I couldn't care less. I could not care less whether or not you have a Fortune 500 company right now and you're going through some kind of major acquisition. If a girl comes up to you and she's giving you that IOI, it is your duty as a fucking man to spit your game and take your shot. Plain and simple. There is no fucking excuse in the world that you can give me that I will allow you to say, yeah, or I would allow you to be like, okay, yeah, you're right there. You know what I'm saying? If a girl's giving it to you, you got to take your shot. Especially in the world today, guys, it's so scarce. It's such a scarce thing that occurs. Like, you got to take your shot, guys. This, in a way, I believe this could train women again. This could train women to be more open. If men received their IOI, if women gave the opportunity and men took their shot, boom. I mean, pipe dream here. Fuck me. That's, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. Now there's another thing I want to talk about, and this is going to be, yeah, absolutely. What Corey says is saying works. It's absolutely 100% true. Old man game plus gym game and solid openers. Save this episode, man. Absolutely. Solid openers. Now let's talk about, so I talked about some openers. You guys got to start to work on the closes too, right? It's a sales pitch. That interaction that I had with that girl today was maybe 30, 40 seconds. She was in my bubble though, right? She felt it. No one else around her. She wasn't affected by anything else other than what was going on between her and I. It was beautiful. And that's what you got to do. You got to create that container. You got to create that space. You got to create that vacuum of time and energy. It's just you and her right then and there. And then you have to smoothly wrap it up. I reach into my pocket. I pull out my phone. I'm just sitting there kind of nodding while she's talking or whatever. I hit my, what's it called? Right? Oops. Sorry for putting your number out there. I hit my phone, right? And I go, listen. She knows what's going on. I go, listen, really liking this connection, really liking this conversation. And I want to take you out sometime. What's your number? Oh, yeah, I'd really like that too. Okay. 858. All right. 858. 312. Okay. 6687. Oh, perfect. So 858-312-6687. Is that right? She's like, yeah. Sometimes I'll pull the whole thing of like, this better not be a fake number or else I'm going to put you in timeout or something like that, right? She's like, no. It's not fake. All right, cool. Or I'll call it right then and there. Sometimes. I don't do it every single time. I'll call it right then and there. If I feel like she's kind of like being a little whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'll call it right then and there to make sure that it went through on hers. The next thing is this. So there's that close. So the whole thing of that interaction between you two, it honestly, I'll ask like one or two questions. Fucking idiot, dude. Bro, what's your number? That whole thing should, like I said, take a minute and a half, 2 minutes max. That's it. And you should only be asking like maybe one or two questions in that moment. Another killer response or another killer thing that I do is this. I've told this story before numerous times, I'm sure, but whatever. It's good to fucking bring it up. Always give number. Jose, get out of here. You always take her number. Take her number. Why? Why do you take her number, Jose? Come on, buddy. Let's step up our game here. Because when you give away your number, you're in her frame. You are now waiting for her to text you and all that other stuff. You control the space. You control the space. You control the distance. You control when you text her, right? You control the language that's spoken. Don't listen to this guy. I love you, Jose, but goddamn, dude, that's terrible advice. Yes, absolutely. You do need to nut up. It's your imperative. You need to do it. Take her number, and I always text 24 hours later. And like I said, the 24-hour rule is not a fucking for sure like 24 hours exactly. It's the next day when life is happening or however you want to do business. Okay. What if she says Instagram only? Excuse me. If she says Instagram only, say I don't have an Instagram. I don't do Instagram. I don't do Instagram until I get to know someone personally because I have a lot of stuff from my family on there. What's your number? Like always close again with the number. Assume that she's going to agree with you and just go right for the number. What's your number? Most girls, listen, I'm telling you guys, I barely ever get pushback. Barely ever get pushback from women about giving out their number. Barely ever. It's all about frame. I sold it to them. Listen, I really like that. I really like our conversation. I'd like to meet up. Let's go grab some coffee or something like that. What's your number? Right? Look at Vid from AMS. I don't give a fuck about AMS. Take her number. You control her frame. You text her 24 hours later and you text her your lines. Who cares about most girls today, guys, are not going to fucking text you. They're not going to text you unless you got 100K followers on fucking Instagram and you could show them right then and there that you got some kind of social validation or social proof. Okay? Plain and simple. For the average Joe, not being AMS, who's a fucking 9+ on the fucking SMV as far as men are concerned, being alpha, right? It's an alpha scale. No, that works for him. It's not going to work for the average fucking everyday Joe. You take her number. You control the frame. Like, this is the biggest thing. You guys need frame control. Stop letting women walk all over you. You set the boundaries. If she pushes back again, no, I'm not comfortable giving out your number. Be like, well, you just missed a great opportunity. Hopefully next time you'll learn better. And then walk away, right? Yeah, no dick pic fucking 10 minutes later. Exactly. Oops. Corey's time frame is super important. It keeps sexual tension and keeps her wanting. Also minimizes the creep factor moving on in. It also makes you not look desperate. It makes you not look desperate as well. It makes you, like he said, it paints the picture that you're busy. That's what I'm saying with all this stuff is you need to have frame control. You're not a lapdog that's going to receive messages from her and then respond back 2 minutes later like, oh, hey, I'm glad you texted me, right? That's fucking stupid. That's weak. You text her. Hey. Or I say her name, exclamation point. It's Corey. I don't say it's Corey from Sprouts. Bitch, you better know who fucking Corey is. Like, you'll remember who Corey is, right? Yeah, well, Steve the Dean's out of the market. He's not been in the market for years. He doesn't deal with the new age stuff. Like, these are guys that are probably, I mean, I don't know how old AMS is, but I'm sure he's not pulling fucking 22-year-olds. All right? I'm pulling 22-year-olds. I'm pulling 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 22-year-olds, all that good stuff, all the way up to 47, right? It's the time. It's the age. It's the times. It's just the times today. You take her phone number. You don't take her Snapchat. You don't take her fucking, what's it called? Her Insta. You take her phone number and you text her like a normal fucking human being. I've heard giving the number only filters out the girls that aren't really interested and saves you time. What's your take on this, Corey? I'd say that's lazy game. You want girls. What you're saying here is this: only talk to girls that are the hot leads, right? And I'm going to tell you, in today's day and age, you're not going to run into a lot of hot leads, like girls that are going to be willing to jump right into bed with you. I'm talking about warm leads that you have to run game on still. A lot of you guys are doing stuff in order to avoid running game. Game is continuous. You have to continue to run game. Run game in order for it to wind up in the situation that you desire it to. That's what you got to do. You run the risk of getting rejected. You run the risk of her not responding. You run the risk of all sorts of stuff, but you also run the risk of fucking getting things the way you want to and becoming more proficient with women, which is really what all this should come down to. It should come down to you becoming so good with game that you end up having an abundance mindset around women, that it's no longer a challenge for you to get sex from women or get the types of relationships you desire. But a lot of you guys don't put into practice any of this stuff. And you're still living in fucking scarcity mindset. Maybe talking to 1 or 2 women a week and maybe getting sex once a month if you're lucky. It's like, what kind of life is that? It's like, I get why you guys all want to push back. It's hard. It's work. But you got to fucking master this shit. You got to master game. You got to master it. Like I said, there's no off button on it. We are living in a simulation. This is all a game. It's all dictated by the sexual marketplace. It's what I talk about in my book, right? You can't run away from it. You can't run away from it. So it's better to run towards it rather than running away. You have to do the work. Unless you have outstanding social proof, girls won't ever text you back. And even more so if you consider how inflated their egos are with social media. 100%. Get their number. Yeah, exactly. Say your loss. I say it a little bit more eloquently. It's like, just because I really like to tap into the whole mysticism part of what women like to look at, right? Women believe in serendipity. They believe in the universe and all this other stuff. Pretend as though the universe put you in front of her in that moment in time because you're a gift, because you're a prize, because she needs you in her life. Use that to your advantage. So I say stuff like that, like, you're really foregoing an opportunity that the universe provided for you, right? You're really gonna mess up this amazing connection that we have. I'm sure you don't get those quite often. You really want to mess that up, right? Like, work with that stuff, guys. Work with it. Use it. Huge. Never show or speak of your weaknesses. This is important too. Sometimes it's easy to bleed your heart out. That is blue pill. Resist the urge to spill your guts. Yeah, exactly. Never, 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 never. Never. Same rule applies. When you get the number online dating, you do the same thing. I ghost her completely for 24 hours. You will find you have to run game your whole life. You are never out of the game. 100%. Like, the question is, though, do you want to? Would you ever want to? I don't. I never want this to stop. I love it. It's fun. To me, this is the ultimate, right? And I just keep climbing and climbing and climbing. Most guys are worried about getting their fifis hurt. Get the fuck over it and approach. 100%. I condition myself by saying, go get rejected. Let's go get rejected. I get hyped up about getting rejected, right? Or I'm like, oh, I want to go find out this bit of information from her, right? It's like, it's now a treasure hunt. If I get that bit of information, it's a win. But if I work it into my magical play and get her number, muy bien. What I've learned is in management is what we call the 80-20. You speak 20% of the time, she speaks 80%. This prevents you from over talking and saying stupid shit. Ask questions, keep your sentences smooth, 100%. So I happen to close with frequency exchanging IG, or rather I make her give me her phone number and add my account from it. It's a risky move if no social proof. Yeah, you have social proof. Your IG is set up very well. So use your game how you need to. But I'm saying for the majority of these schmucks that don't have anybody out there, I don't mean to call you guys schmucks. Sorry about that. But the majority of the average guy, like even me, like I think I have like 1,700 people on IG, but like I'm not very good. I haven't painted my IG with like great photos and all that other stuff. That's something that I really do want to work on. But I'm not going to lead with that. I'm going to lead with my game and what I'm strong in. Are self-depreciating jokes worth it if you get stuck in the interview mode, or how to avoid falling into interview mode, especially if it's a girl at work? Smile, joke around a little bit. Don't do any self-deprecating jokes. No. No one is to laugh at your own expense. Nobody. No one laughs at your expense. Plain and simple. Stop that stuff. Let me ask you a question. Have you read No More Mr. Nice Guy yet, Jay? That should be book number 1 that you should put on your list right now and get that finished. Yeah, they're not worth it. Smile, be mysterious, push, pull. Always. Always, always, always. You should be trying to crash and burn at Mach 10 in the side of a mountain. Yeah, absolutely. He's talking about running game. Just pretend pretend you've already failed. Pretend you've already been rejected and just go. It's that easy. Questions for all you guys. Where do you look a girl in the eyes? How long and how deeply? Left eye, right eye? Just want your opinions on what works well for you. Beautiful question. When I go up and approach and I first start talking to her, I look directly in both eyes. And then I'll play around a little bit and I'll move when I'm asking my questions in order to kind of keep it playful and all this other stuff, right? And animated. Then when she's answering, I'll look at her, but I'll probably look at like forehead or mouth. And she, most of that time, by that point in time, is going to look away. And that's usually like her being insecure with her answers and kind of being submissive at that moment in time. Left eye is said to be the window into the soul. Who knows for sure? The triangle looks good right before the kiss. Yep. Sometimes you could stare at the forehead, but that's kind of weird in order to not be staring her directly in the eyes. But play with it. You should make eye contact like directly in her eyes about 20 to 30% of the time, I think. And then the rest of the time you should be kind of like looking around and all sorts of stuff and like looking at her and smiling and then bringing it back and like looking somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like it kind of gives that whole vibe of like you're approving and or disapproving of different stuff. Only way a red pill influencer can really gain IG cred. Look at MLD's feed. Plagiarism is the highest form of a compliment. Is it? Well, he's posting mostly memes on his IG. So I did that a while ago. I got quite a bit of followers, but I don't think it's essentially there. The best way for red pill influencers, I think, is to show off money and to be hypergamous and then get a bunch of women too for social validation and pre-selection. That's the way I think you should do it. But I mean, no one here really has the ability to do that right now. Right. So it's kind of tough. Anyway, with that said, gentlemen, we're approaching the hour mark right now. Let's talk about this again real quick. Good stuff as far as game is concerned. I think next I want to talk about the date. We need to talk about what you guys need to be doing on the date. So right now we've gotten the number. We've gotten the frame because she's acquiesced and given the number and all that other good stuff. Yeah. And that's that, right? So now we got to understand what the next part of this whole thing is. So game turns into something else, right? It's still part of the game, but now we got to take a different strategy into the date. We could also talk about texting up to that point, but that's a little bit difficult because it's kind of a case by case. But excuse me, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. Anyway, with that said, guys, obviously on Sunday I will be going live with my guys in the WarTribe from 5 to 7 p.m. Every Sunday I do a webinar where I help guys pretty much. We have these conversations right here. Pretty much what we're doing. We talk about game. We talk about fitness and muscles. We talk about different supplementation for gaining muscles and maintaining hormone optimization. We talk about diet. We talk about earning more money, gaining more streams of passive income and the like. And then, of course, as always, game, right? Understanding all that stuff. Another claim to fame that I got to say that I'm pretty well focused on as far and what separates me from everyone else out there is I am the one that talks about non-negotiables, boundaries, and removing toxic relationships. I am a motherfucking pro at that stuff. So I teach these guys how to identify that type of stuff in their lives and the manner by which, the mechanisms by which they must remove those things in their life. So if you are not a part of WarTribe, I highly recommend that you join the WarTribe at this very moment. You will not regret it. You will not regret being a part of that group. As I said, we have a forum, we have a webinar, and now we have a WhatsApp chat as well. So you have full-fledged 24-hour fucking service where you're surrounded by a group of dudes to help you guys out when you have direct questions and all that other stuff. The WhatsApp group is perfect for that. when you have things that are a little bit more in depth, you have the webinars. And then the forum is just a means for you to have a library of information where you can talk and collect data and all that other good stuff. So do look into joining the WarTribe. I guarantee you there's no one watching this right now that's a part of WarTribe that regrets signing up. Guarantee it. As always, too, if you guys are interested in my new book, you can receive a free chapter next week, as well as stay updated on when I release it. And I got a few special offers that I'm going to throw at you as well. So please do click the bit.ly link in the chat, and you will get put on my email list, get that free chapter and all that good stuff. So that's weird. I didn't change anything. I'll hit you up on the side though, Philip. Maybe you need to delete and re-download. Anyway, with that said, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I will see you tomorrow at 4:30, as well as I will be on Dude Party with MLD John, Modern Life Dating, at 11 p.m. So I'll see you guys there as well. Adios.